Hey there, Stampers, and welcome to another Step It Up video. Today I'm going to be using some celebration items. I'm trying to keep it timely and help you to use up some of your fun things. I got this. I was so loving this paper pack and sticker sheet, die cuts. I don't know what they're calling them. Accent sheet. Anyway, this thing. And I just love the bright colors. It looks springy and fun. But then I got it and I was like, okay, now what do I do? So I said, okay, I'm gonna use, and I also had the buttons that comes with it as well, and the ribbon. So the paper pack is one thing in celebration, and the ribbon and buttons are another. So I was determined to use them, and I think this is very fun. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is our step 1 card, and they're all very similar. I just barely bumped them up. And this is step 2, and you're like, how is that one bumped up? Well, there's another mat there. And I forgot to cut that, so I probably need to do that. We'll wing it. I have a piece of paper here. Okay, so that's the step 2. And step 3, I added a punch of color with it. So I'm going to walk you through this, and we start with a Whisper White piece that is 8.5 by 5.5 and folded. I think I did the cards with the fold from the top, but it doesn't ever matter. So you would just have a 4.25 by 11 piece, and then you would fold it from the top. So it doesn't matter either way. These all make the standard A2 size cards. They end up being exactly the same. So your Whisper White. Then we're just using 2 sheets out of the paper pack, the stripe and polka dot. And we're not using this side, but we are using this side. So it's kind of a fun way to make a bunch of cards. We're going to take the stripe piece, which is 4 by 3, and adhere it down. And then the polka dot piece, which is 4 by 2.5. You're going to lay that over. That's your background. And then I just took a piece of Whisper White, which is 3 by 2.5, and then a 3.25 by 2 3/4 piece of black. And we're going to stamp. Now I'm going to show you how to do this. This will be the same, the stamped image, as you can see, is the same for all 3 cards. There's really, the only different thing I did was the sentiment. So to make these flowers, we're using this flower part from Funky 4, and you're going to need your old olive marker. And the reason we need a marker instead of a pad is we're not going to ink up this top portion right here, just the 3 from below. And then for the sentiment, I'm using also a celebration, So Happy For You. This is a really useful set, very versatile. So the first thing we're going to do, let's take this, I'll move this aside so you can see, is I have the vine thing there. We're going to use our marker. Oh, I can't find my glasses. And you just want to be sure not to get the leaves up here. You just want to ink up the leaves on the 3 bottom portion and the stem. You want the stem. That's cute. And then I use grid paper to try to find the center mark, and you want to come closer to the bottom so you have room for your sentiment. And you're going to stamp it and repeat. What is it they say? Lather, rinse, repeat for shampoo. And you're going to do that. Lather, rinse, repeat. Ink, huff, stamp, repeat. I give it a little huff just to make sure all the ink that I put on there is activated. You probably don't have to. I just don't like it when these solid image stamps don't really show all the ink. And if you give it a little huff, it helps. So line it up best you can, ink it, ta-da! Easy peasy, right? That's the hardest part of the whole thing. So then we take our fun little accent pieces, and you're going to take a flower And I put the petal meeting the stem centered. I have a blue one, a yellow one. You can do whatever, it doesn't really matter. And then a pink one. And then for the centers of the flower, there are these little circles. And I just try to use, you know, the same, so there's yellow. You can either put it right on the yellow, but I went ahead and kind of mixed it up. So it made them fun and springy looking. And then the hot pink on the blue. And then the blue on the yellow. And then whatever the center flower is, that's the ink I used for the sentiment, except for this one I did pink. I don't know why, because there was a lot of pink. But anyway, you can mix it up and do it however you want. And then I matted it. I'm not going to show you that just in the interest of time, but you know how to stamp a sentiment, and you want to just make sure it's up in this corner. For this one in particular, if you're going to do the level 1 card, the step 1 card, because the bow is in the corner, it leaves you less room, so this is ideal for a thank you. And then I just adhered this down. I punched 2 holes, threaded my ribbon, tied a cute bow, and that was the step 1 card. For step 2, all I did, it's the exact same card, really, except I added a black mat, and this is not the right size. I forgot to cut it, as I always forget something when I do these videos. So you're just going to cut a black piece of cardstock 1/8 of an inch smaller than the card, because you want it to be 1/8 of an inch larger than this. So this is, you want the black cardstock, the black piece of mat to be 4 and something. I'll put it on there. I'll figure it out. 4 and something. I'm so helpful. But you can see it just kind of, it's not a big difference, but, and on this one, I tied the ribbon across this seam. I always like to have something covering the seams. Yeah, so, and I just tied it in a simple knot. You can see it's cute and easy and very springy, isn't it? This would be great for a kid's birthday or get well or thinking of you. Just cute and happy. Happy, happy, happy. So then the third level, step 3, again with the black cardstock and again with the stripe paper. And then you just turn this polka dot piece over and you get this punch of bright pink that's really fun. And again, I used the ribbon across. I used the same, I did, on this one, I added a piece of pink to echo it. So it's got 2 mats. And fits right on there nicely. See, it's the exact same piece of white cardstock. I just punched it up a bit. And then I again added the ribbon across the seam. And I just added the ribbon and then I sewed. You can do that pretty easily or not. Or you could mimic it with your matte pack and then draw it, or just leave the lines, the dots. So then I adhered the ribbon down on the back, and then I tied a little bow using this ribbon. When I want a good looking bow, I do the rabbit ears thing, and then I use a glue dot to adhere it down. And in this case, I took some extra thread from my sewing machine and just threaded that button and tied it onto the bow. But this makes a easy bow, especially if you want the print to show when you have one-sided ribbon. And so you're saying, hey, that's not showing. All you do is kind of finesse this back piece. I'm going to show you here. So there's your bow, and you're like, wait, that one's not showing. All you do is just sort of twist it in the knot and then tighten it. And then you have that showing perfectly. If you adjust the bow afterwards, you're going to have to readjust the twist. So you want to get it to where you like it, and then just twist it and then tighten it, and then you have it just perfect. Cute, huh? Well, I hope you have all your celebration goodies, and if not, remember this is the last month for celebrations, and there's lots of great things in it. This paper pack, the accent pieces, the ribbon, the buttons, and this set are all part of this month's celebration. So enjoy it. Let me show you the cards one more time. We have our step 1, which is the thank you card. Step 2, so happy for you. And step 3, birthday wishes. I'm going to send this one. I love this one. Hope you're having a great time, and thanks for stopping by. See you next time.